So if you backtest or you let one of the robots that auto launches tickets at a certain depth above and below, you notice that in a situation where that robot's going to be very low risk, it probably will not going to fill. So if the scripts can get a fill because you placed it very close to the market for a very long period of time, so the longer expirations have to be deeper in the market on certain currency pairs, or you will not survive the spike window for a retracement trade, reversal trading. 80% of the market is reversing. But you have to re-rack. So in this scenario here, on playback somewhere in time, 2019 on the euro dollar, giving a spread of a half a pip here, no commissions. I have 1 pip, no commissions. Can you make money? Now, if you hand drop these are the hand drop grids. You can stack quite a bit of inventory up here real fast. You get yourself in a nice 3 standard lots, putting a column of tickets in here. So honestly, my entry is just based on how can I get in here on a pullback anywhere below, say here. And this is a half-hour chart, so I would say I safely put a pack in here. And I grab it over here and I drag and drop it. And the only thing is how many do I put in and how many are loss leaders, how many are going to design to capture. So here's a 22 pip stop to make 22 pips. Now if you put commissions in there and slippage, you're probably only going to, with a spread of 2, you're really going to, I'm sorry, this would be if there was no spread and no commissions. The perfect world, right? Now here's a greedier, better ratio just by 10 pips slightly, so you can see the rabbit hole. Like it's a bottomless pit. Which script do you put in there? Well, it'd be like how much for this big a batch is something you're cooking, knowing the rate of change. To take those many tickets and dump them in there, and then so if the market goes ripping up, I'm going to start putting tickets up here on these shelves. If the market rips up there, it just keeps going. How much is that going to cost, as opposed to what you want to see is fills this void, comes back, fills this void, come back. That's why you need to have I'm risking 14 to make 12. So I'm not really going to make even this much. I don't know why I have this number in here like this. So some of this is really fucked up, so I can't really sell it, but this is a bad ratio. This is a 30 pip stop to make 20. You're risking 20 to make 10. Can you make 10 pips in the market? 20 pips stop to make 10 pips. $13 to make $5. Would you buy lottery tickets if you knew that 80% of the time you'd be right? Most people would. So you just have to train yourself on the strategy tester playback. And imagine you have a pack of tickets up here that last 8 hours. Up here they last 12 hours. And up here they last all day. If you ever make it to the high, up here, there's going to be sellers galore. It's a no-brainer. Pull back to here. So you're laying track out in front. This looks like hay bales on the turns on the NASCAR. Or bumper cars. Whatever metaphor you need to make money. And the pullbacks, I don't have anything against the bears or the bulls. So if it comes flying back to here for some reason into this box, I've got 4-hour pack here. I got a pack here that lasts maybe 12 hours because I'm like, yeah, if it ever come down there, oh shit, this would be crazy buy. And it might slice through it. And people say, what if it slices through it? Okay, well, hopefully you got $500,000 of tickets in here, whether they're 2Ks, if you don't want to, get tendonitis. Of course, if you drag and drop these like this, you just go bing, bing, bing. What does that take? You fucking, right? A guy with one arm can trade. So you you just drop them in there. Now the nice thing about these tickets are, if I drop it here, it's a sell limit. If I drop it down here, it's a buy limit. But these are drag and drops. These are all linear space. It's buying every pip in a 5 pip range. It's buying 6 tickets, the box of a 5 pip box. So where you place this, you want to drag it over here, so you make sure you get it in the right spot. You could drop it here, but it's best rule to place it while you placed it. Of course, unfortunately, the arrow's not going to show up here, but like you're from Canada, but you will see the arrows show up here. And you're giving this thing, fucking all day to get there. Maybe in Asia it does pop into this window. So the curious thing is, I wouldn't have to, you really shouldn't take in the scaled in world of scaling into a position, in other words, you're in 0.001%. Now you're in 0.002%. I mean, you are trying to be the frog. So you're trying to endure the next level of random commitment, which sounds very terrible because who would randomly pick somebody out and marry him? So all those contradictions come into hand. Are you committed? Yeah. But to an institution? Yeah. Institutional trader. But it's deciding, well, okay, you can also, this indicator here is the lows and the highs every per bar. Inside I have the binary world of it's down hard, it's up hard. But okay, so we're going to try to walk forward in time here and let the robot play. I'm going to turn him back on. I'm using this template with my void fill indicator, which is the trailing old highs, and I don't know if this is going to paint the lows because there's not enough data on the set yet. But we'll see. This is a half-hour chart walking forward somewhere in time. I got buy limits in this box. I'm going to put my sell limits up here on the 100-yard line, wrap them around here, start dropping these guys. I grab them, and I'm like, okay, let's fill this box with some stuff here. Maybe I'll put some Psycho Ward 40 pip stops here, which would cover, if we could have these activate right now. I thought there's a way to feed this computer. I thought maybe there's a way to set up a phony data feed and think MetaTrader think it's real data coming in. So that was my dream. And then I could just test this on an account that's playing back data, I guess it's not possible, but that would be certainly the dream. And then you could just drop these, but you have to imagine it. For this point, you just got to strain your brain and think, well, it's going to put in a 3K like this. I'm risking $12 to make $6. Now, this is an acceptable, realistic trade that you're going to have to risk more than you make on some of these tickets to pay for the rent. So if you start buying here, buy here, and buy here. How you place these are predetermined 3Ks in a 20 pip window, so evenly spaced. If it says LOG, it means logarithmic, so it's trying to be 2 apart, 3 apart, 5 apart, 8 apart, whatever Fibonacci, however you want to configure these things. Edit the code. This is going to be a 6K in a 10 pip window, so every other pip. But you could, and you come to find that it's better to drop an 8-hour into these really high boxes because this will always be a good trade for the next 8 hours. You're trying to project the price pulse from where we're at. So you're not only trying to call the market, but you're saying, if we punch into this window, I want to fill these tickets, and it comes back and I scalp. So the bad ratios are scalps. You're going to risk 22 to make 12. If you place these interlaced in here, try not to repeat your entries, so you might want to fix the scale and stretch this out so you can see the depth of the market. So you'd be like this move looks like this if you fix your scale. go into properties, right mouse click on here. So that's going to be the other answer. Right mouse click, go to properties here and say, okay, we'll fix the scale. I think we actually can on this one. But it might go off the rails and we'll have to repaint or reload the template, but we can do that. So you go to comment here, you fix the scale. Now you can stretch this out and you can see, if you stretch it enough, you can see the spread. So this is the real market. There's stuff like this, and this will make it easier to not put a hotspot of tickets in here. So we're coming back, and I would buy at the end of a half hour if it was down. I pull the trigger at the market on my market orders here, and I'm waiting for it to backfill into this box. I'll sell up there and I'll buy down here. So you're picking two areas. You're betting on both horses. This is like roulette, I suppose. I don't know, black and red or something. You bet on them both to win. A win show in place. I bet on the horses to show. So if you're going to go the track, you're going to have to take some shitty track wins just to make your principal back. And once you're able to rinse and repeat these things, now the market could come below here and just blow your brains out. So if you have tickets already down here, don't add to that. If you have tickets down here that last for 12 hours, I wouldn't touch those. I think that's a safe. So I got half a day left. We're halfway through the day. Here comes whatever. But we're willing to buy down here. And the tickets that last only for about half an hour, 15 minutes. Half hour is my tightest. My tightest tickets. So I put a half hour ticket column right there right now. Pretty big ticket one. Double click that is unique exits, custom script right now. So the custom one's half hour, I can double click and don't have to worry about dragging it over here. Like if I grab this 3 hour ticket, this is getting pretty crazy, right? 3 hours, but I made them if you wanted to build a 3 hour window. Here's 6 hours. But what's the point? You know, at some point you just put a 12 hour ticket in there. 8 hours. I don't really have too many 12 hours. 8 hours seems to be 3 sessions a day. Seems to be enough. Right now I'd put some sell limits in here just above this. I can see a new signal already. Let's sell above that now. And this all overlapped. All this shit's up in this box. This is predetermined shelves. This is a cave-in point. And this is where the whole thing started in the Asian session, way back there. So this looks like a possible punch and pullback zone we're coming into. Just waiting to get filled. Let me speed it up. So the cool thing is you can do burst here, speed it up. Okay, well, what's the scenario? Let's see if any of these tickets fill. I'm not going to add any more tickets. Well, wait, I forgot what I said. I'm just going to put some in right now. Let's put some buy limits in here now. I just see a signal double bottom here. We're looking to take that out. We want to get filled here. Super aggressive tickets. A half hours would be trailing behind it just like this, but here's going to be my bank. We're trying to get a fill. So no market orders really. I can't see any need to pull the trigger at the market unless it was screaming up or down and I wasn't getting enough fills on my limits. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go full speed now. Okay, we just got a fill there. Now we could have scalped out to the top of that box, which we kind of ricocheted off there for a second. Getting more fills on the sell side. Sell short, short, short. Now, here's the moment of truth. Are we going to start to try to go into this box here? And is that trade over? And the high probability aspect of that trade is over, actually. I mean, it's one and done. We haven't tipped into the rest of this box. We still got this left now, so this new signal just showed up. So signals all over the place. Every 2 hours, there's got to be a double top and a double bottom. So it's double bottom on wicks there. And we're not looking at the closing prices other than this binary candle. Okay, so that's a good sell, right? Started to engulf. I got buy limits down in that buy box. Okay, just going to look for, no. So that would have been a beautiful trade. How many of those are you going to do a day, right? So I still got my sells up in the nosebleed now. I'm going to add to this. If I made some money there, I'm like, okay, man, let's sell this shelf here. Let's fucking go full retard now. Let's see what happens. So this is really kind of the exciting part of trading. Let's see what happens. Wait, looks like she's going to, if you're short heavy in that, you're just like, uh-oh, looks like it could tank. Oh, it went up into Asia. Look, they filled just right into the, oh my God, no way. So you finally got your fills here, your 8-hour tickets. You're slightly short. Now here's where I do run the half-hour sell limits, the 1-hour sell limits, the 2-hour. I double click in this thing when I'm watching a movie. I got sell limits up here for one last up. Like, I don't know if this is a good idea on this chart because it looks like we might just crush that, but that's what it always looks like. We might just crush into this zone. It's like, holy shit. But you know what? For the moment, you should have sold above here according to the rules of the tip wick. You should be short on something there, although, yes, it could poke a little higher, and I got my sell limits running on the rest of the night. Willing to sell more here, so I'm very stubborn, and I use that. That's how I trade it. I'm just like, okay, come on in here. Let's sell just 5 standard lots up here and just some clusterfuck. And I would lay these tickets out for 8 hours also. So 8 hours is plenty of time. It's not too, it's Goldilocks to me, but 12 hours seems like, I'd rather trade the 2 hours really close to the market. So I'd be getting short right here. If you can see that. I wish I could go to the 15, but we're just going to have to zoom in to see it. So that last price pulse there would have been, I just got short, right? Because we took out the double top. So I went short on limits there again. And I'm running the 1-hour tickets like this now. So let's speed it up. Okay, so I made money there. I sold even more into the drift. We went one tick higher, as you typically will see, as you have these ferocious moves into the close. It'll just go just a little bit higher. And so here, it come right up into this window. And if you left these up here, there's a 12-hour shelf, right? This is the premium sell window, right? Of course, that trade would be over for me. I'd be like, that's fucking beautiful. They're coming into my buy limits right now, actually. So I would have changed this up to, let's put the buy limits in here now, right? We're going to buy this trap. You're going to sell that. The trade's over. This is the auction. Comes up, makes new high, makes new low. It's over. Now I'm just going to put buy limits in here and go to sleep. I'll put sell limits above here and go to sleep. Out into the future, robot could symmetrically drop stuff like this. Bigger tickets up here. It's all martingaled in. Obviously, you're going to buy more than, you could even imagine here, but all of these trailing, carve out here, you just went long. At least I would have gone long there. For a couple bucks to here, I just can't resist on a half-hour chart. There's too many opportunities, Half hour is a good pace. It's conceivable that in 90 minutes you could make 10, 20 pips in Asia, Just sticking around here, but certainly when U.S. markets open, you're talking 100 pips, crushing the 4-hour chart into some giant void. Here I think you'd be scalping out about right now. You just came into the floor on this little turnaround. So you fell into you took this out and you came back to it. And I would have bought on the clock here because it closed under that. It's down, just fucking buy. And then, but just try to not buy too many at the market because it could still keep tanking here. But all the tickets you laid in, this is a half a pip spread on playback. All the tickets you laid in here would get a fill. Right, these are all up, in and up. Okay, you're in these and you're up because you bought this trailing fractal. All you need for this fractal is 3 bars. It goes up, it goes down. Okay, 2 up, 1 down. Very simple. This is your sell window. Anything above this, you start laying sell limit track. The high probability trade to get out of that, it actually pokes slightly below the box on the first probe into that new high, but you're selling. So now you're waiting for it to drop. Might be flat here. So it doesn't matter when you start. The sell limits go there, and the buy limits go there, sell limits go there, on the current trade plan. So if you just keep starting over, it's kind of like they move, so you have to move your tickets. The new buy zone's here, and the new sell zone is here. Maybe you deleted all your tickets. If you're really aggressive, you're going to start selling here. And I'll put some 2-hour tickets in here maybe. Now let's punch it up. Let's see if we get filled. So you have lay your tickets and then see what happens. Okay, we just went short. We just went seriously short there. Wait. Oh, sorry. So they got carried away there. So we're getting killed, right? Let me zoom out. So that was pretty vicious, but you knew that was coming, right? Hopefully you knew that was coming, and all your tickets up here, you're short. I mean, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, remember we talked about putting all these cells up here in this 50 pip window? So they just blew. They're into those, unless you have a 100 pip stop. So are you trading with a 100 pip stop? You're trading with a 50 pip stop. So see how vicious that is? Sure, you made some money here on these pullbacks, but then when they open the market, they just punched through all these. I don't even think you could scalp that. You'd have to be underwater right now. And you'd have to be martingaled in where so this is 30 grand. This is like 31Ks. And then now you're selling big. And then don't forget those tickets that you said you would place. If it ever got above here, you would sell everything all the way to the 100-yard line. And this would be another one of those, I would go to sleep on this one, even though they ripped these tickets out. I wouldn't have any problem just resting in the thought that, yeah, by the time U.S. markets open, if they are up here, I'll just be selling more. And if I wanted to trade that day, or you're in this thing and you're long, at what point do you get out? Always imagine you're in the other trade. So if you bought this pullback and thought, well, I bought this little pullback with a very tight stop down here, and that's a good trade. That's a fucking 20 pip window. That's pretty good. So that's a nice ratio there to make 80 pips. I mean, to make 50 pips. And all these cells here, I'm currently underwater, waiting for it to pull back. So let's see if we get our pullback. I'm going to sell in. I'm going to double down into this. I'm going to sell more. I'm going to put short-term tickets in like this. And I'm going to put a bunch of tickets up here. Just crazy stuff for the rest of the day. I wouldn't even have to, no doubt that that's going to be the sell window if we make it up there. Right now I'm slightly coming off of my 40 pip stops have survived. If I laid a bunch of heavy tickets in this top window here. So don't forget we still have this pack that got filled. We're looking for the pullback of at least 50 pips here. Okay, now I want to sell more. I'm going to put some more sell limits up here. Now I'm cashing out of something. I had to be cashing out of something, and it's coming off the fact that you made it back to this, and now you want to, ultimate target is going to be, it makes it back to the launching point. So the buyers are coming in here on that new low. They made X. I would put buy limits here, sell limits there. If I'm still short from this, and I'm like, holy shit, here we go. Wow, we're finally in profits. So we made it all the way back to the top of that box. But I don't think people can really handle it, honestly. You know, look at this. Here's the buy zone again. So yeah, when this goes rocketing up, you may think that's a losing trade, only if you got stopped out. because the backlash and then the under dip again. I mean, it's just beautiful. And I'd be selling into that. So big sells above here, short, 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 short into Asia, into now we're going to try to make money if it takes this out. We'll start buying there, buy back, or cash out. Big buys in this window now. Okay, so we're cashing out. We'll go flat here maybe. Aggressive sellers are going to start selling here and here. And we're going to start buying right here. If we can get that price. So yeah, it's a lot of dragging and dropping there, or you're just going to hit a double click and say, yeah, just give me everything here for 2 hours. I'm on my phone here. I mean, I'm tethering my tablet to my phone. So I just get a hotspot going and just drop a fucking bunch of tickets like this. It'll last a half hour. That's what I like to do, because then if we get this kind of action, well, make some money, right? Sell limits here, double clicks. Let's pick up some bullshit. Noisy trades. That's the way I look at it. That's the easiest way to look at it. Right, you just went short on this top because you made a new high. So short, long, the auction's over. Now I'd start buying that. Buy limits here if I didn't get filled big. Maybe buy some at the market. If you close under the floor, I'd buy that at the market at the end of half hour. Oh, we got filled on limits. There you go. Big ass limit bank in here now. Fine. We just made our high probability trade back to this floor. Okay, that trade's over. Now we sell again. Above here. Start buying below here now. It's not forward. I must have turned off my forward shifter. Oops. God damn it. There you go. Oh, fuck, yeah. So you got to keep track of this thing. So short, short, short. Hoping for the pullback here. Let me see if I can zoom out and capture the whole window now. So we did go after that high. See? So this is, I said, if it ever comes above here, who's not selling now? Here is the high. That's a giant. That's like a 75 pip sell window. And I put more sells above here now. It looks like another rally into the end of the day. Amazing performance. Into the void. Got to scalp something in here. Looking forward to it coming back to here to go flat, possibly. Come back to the breakout point. All right, cashing out. Just about to get out of that whole thing. Boom. Now the buy limit's coming here, and I've seen it actually crush all the way down. So and that trade's over. So that was kind of a, it's always kind of frightening when it's coming against you, but this is just how it is in this reversal technique. Okay, buy limits here. Or you're still short from this thing, which would have been great. Actually made it below the rooftop. So it pops up on top of the roof, comes into the next floor on its way to the basement. Oh, it comes down to the basement discount. Discount window, overpriced window. Pretty simple. The trick is to get in front of it, right? Say, yes, I knew these documents were in my car. What are you, fucking nuts? Come in the trunk, dude. Who doesn't lock their trunk? Buy limits galore down here. Big buyer. Nice sell up there. Good work. I mean, if you could handle that full auction, took out the low of the day, took out the high of the day, it went full tilt. Now big buy here. Big ass buys. Scalp to here. Start selling here again. Rinse and repeat. Okay, we're in full tilt. Fastest playback we can get out of this thing, other than if I took it from, instead of every pip, if I said give me every ticket, I'd say give me every crude method, it would be very fast. Okay, buying again, if you can see that. Buying again, buying new lows. That was your sell window if you wanted to do the top bottom game. Okay. Nice little scalp there. Now buying again. Big buys in these windows. Still holding tickets from that I bought below this. Here comes Asia. Let's be a big buyer below here now. And the scalpers would have jumped off the train when you made it back to the 100 there. So they made their 20 pips, or that's 40 pips actually. This is 50 from here to here. So this is a 50 pips stop, 100 pips stop. Yeah, you're buying here with a 100 pips stop. Buy at the market. Scalping to here now. Waiting again. Waiting for more fills on limits. Looks like we just dumped everything. Buy limits again. Looking for more downside catastrophe. Huge sell-offs. Put my buy limit grid in there. So here we just touched this window finally. Made it all the way back to here. Looks like we're going to go lower. So I'm buying more. Buying more down there just by default of them taking it into my ticket bank and just let it go. Just got to let it happen here. And yeah, just loading the wagon. Autofill. I wouldn't even buy at the market there. No, these are great prices. You just got to let it tank. So you have your tickets down there. You touch the 100-yard line. So 100 pips down from Asia. I mean, from the previous Asian rally. So once you look at the market like this, you can see here's 100 pips from here to here. You know, it's kind of, you probably have chances to get in and out of this thing 5 times a day here. Rinse and repeat every hour, half-hour chart. The market's got to make it somewhere. It's either going up or down. I wouldn't sell into this. I'd be afraid to sell into that right now. I kind of want that to retrace and finish the day up. Get out there maybe. This is your first sell window. You know, based on my little lonely wick there. Lonely high. There's a sell window again, triggered, coming back the other way once again as it re-backfills. Seems to never be done with that backfill. We're always going there. We're always doing that. More selling. Big sells up there. Cashed out. Now I want to be a buyer. As we take out that Asian low, we'll be a big buyer there. Okay, now we just cashed out. Still a big buyer down here now. Let's move our tickets down. Let's move tickets up here. New sells here. Oh, good fill. Good fill. So I'm willing to buy all the way back to the starting gate. This is kind of a no-brainer trade, looking for it to come all the way back down. Mind-blowingly, we need to scalp out of some of these tickets now. Okay, hopefully we took something off the table there. So if you put in your little 10 pip winners here, you put a dense pack in there. So it's the art of the trap, you know. If you're going to trap animals, you're basically putting in 300 traps. And you can do it any way you want. So here we would just cash everything out. Everything we bought in that plunge box. Cashing out. And that trade's over. Now, once again, we're going to buy it again when it plummets. We just bought some more. We buy a ton down here. We still got this trade plan to buy more. Looks fragile. Looks like it's going to tank. When U.S. markets open, when stocks open, I think I could take out the low of the previous 2 days. Come down here. Okay, we're getting filled. We're looking for the dead key. We're looking to scalp the bounces here. Let's move the order pack down here. Another shelf here to buy. Maybe drips down into Asia. We buy more into Asia, and if it takes out this, then it's kind of like yikes. Maybe there's news coming out. Yeah, typically you see this before stocks, like stocks opened. There's something here. And you're starting to cash out on the plunge you bought. This big plunge. Okay, you're buying more. Look at that. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Yes. Beautiful. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that I predicted the psycho window, and I put enough tickets in to exploit it. This is a 100 pip window here. Big meltdown. Big meltdown. It's now trapped under this low. We're looking at this for our, and it's 25 pips into it. I'm sorry, 50 pips into it. Possibly 100 down. Buying more into, just goes a little bit lower in Asia. And now we're really in heavy. Got more tickets here to fill. So this is one of those days. I don't know what day of the week it is here, but it's one of those days. I'd be buying that whole plunge. I would never sell into that. Even though by here it might make you money. I'm just not that guy. I just lay the track down there and go to sleep. Okay, here comes near the end of the day. We're looking for retracement, or looking to go lower actually. So I'm counting on this going against me at this point. I've seen this before where it just keeps tanking. So I'm like, oh, it's going to be like that, huh? So now I put more tickets down here. Another 100 pips deep. We're looking for possibly take out the low of the previous day in Asia here, or we're going to start retracing. This is kind of like a 50% chance here. But I opt for buying more here. Looks like we're going to touch that at least. You know, pretty strong move down the whole day. Let's buy in this pocket. I'm underwater on the 50 pip stops. 100 pip stops, I'm underwater for sure. Everything I bought below here. Okay. I get stopped out of these. But here's where we really bought in this 50 pip window. Another 50 pip window. And now we're buying more and more now. We got big grids in here like this. Gonna have to cash out some tickets now because we really got in heavy. And this is the high probability exit. We got to take advantage of that. So we have the dump here and dump stuff if we take this out and then go flat here possibly. If this is a good chunk of money, then we just bought a 100 pip window to make 100 pips. But we're buying more. So we're going to buy 4 standard lots now. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Autofill. Beautiful. Buy more. Take out the low of the previous day. Just buy more in this pocket. So we built a monster position against this trend in grid pockets. If we can hold on to here, we'll make a good chunk of money. So that's the new cash out. We cashed out of something there. We put some 50 pip targets into some of these scripts. So it's a basket of tickets. It's not, there's no precision entry here. There's no optimal trade entry. This is just canvassing. So you got buy limits here maybe. Maybe you went flat. Maybe you're still holding. You want it. Maybe you took off 25%. Now reload reload with limits now. So it's okay to be slightly long and heavily long and get used to sizing So you have a huge spectrum of sizing from just a little bit to a lot. And the market's telling you when to buy a lot. So if you come below here, can you afford to buy a 200 pip window to make it back to here or something? Monster swing trade. Can you psychologically afford it? To be underwater now, trying to pop above here, cash out, make it back to here would be glorious, right? You made yourself 150 pips. So I'm still waiting to add to this position for that possible glorious target as I whipsaw you to death. Okay, maximum speed playback. Looking to cash out, taking stuff off the table up to here. We'll take the whole position off here, and then we'll put sell limits above and buy limits below if that happens. Okay, we're cashing out because we know this is the sell window. And you had to endure 2 days of beatdown, prepare to buy lower, so you're always waiting for more bad news. So you're really kind of trying to get the right amount of margin usage for, so you have enough dry powder that if it does go lower, which it typically does, and if it does go higher, which it typically does, if it really does go for a run, so that 20% of the time it moves a big move, right? So in 20%, in a very fast period of time, it moves very quickly. It's the trend. The consolidation, 80%, is the cause of the 20% rip. Good thing we got out up here, huh? So you just have to know that's how it is. Like that would have been, the sellers came in, did they not? On these areas. This whole thing was completely taken advantage of. This 50 pip window. And they made more than 50. They sold into that, came all the way back. But I would have been a buyer here, so I have a lot more buy scripts than I have sell scripts. Of course, these go either way. Here's a 50 pip window, so you want to put a 10K in a 30 pip window, 8 hours, 30 pips stop to make 60 pips. This is my favorite, 40 pips to make 25. You could probably make these 25 pips, right? You can see it here that you could make your 25 pips. You could have got in here and got out. Now I continually run that one precise item. So these are all just trades. My analysis is the crudest shit in the world. It's basically buy low, sell high. So it doesn't matter. The reason why you're doing the trade is irregardless to the stop, the risk per trade. People focus on the holy grail moving average, right? The ultimate trend line. It just doesn't matter. In a market that goes up and down, it's about being able to get in and out with a profit. It's the execution that makes money, not the analysis. So people think, well, if I just pick the right car, I'll just wait till the perfect car comes along. It never comes along. So here it's like owning a fleet of cars, 10 cars. Some of them run, some of them don't. Some are good for this, some are good for that. So you see how that works? You would have been a seller up here, you'd be a buyer down here. See all your trades? Right, isn't this your trade? You bought below here, you sold above this, it never got filled. So unless you sold above this little pocket, here's the auction. And now you're a buyer here, you're a seller here. It just goes on and on and on. And all this stuff. Like this is like a lot of pips, you know. It's 80 pips there. Look at that. Look at that beautiful trade. You loaded the wagon down here. Brilliant. Now you're cashing out. You're selling here now. Oh my God, I got sells up here. Let's go. If I saw that, or you're selling at the market, going, come on, man, come back to here, let's cash out. It's a half-hour chart. Yeah, boom, everybody's out. They're still holding. Shorts are still holding, making money on that. So if you have the balls to step in here on close, sell, 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 top tick Tommy, one more hot, now come back to here, get the call out, get back in. Right, buy down here, sell up here. Every day just is, it's just unbelievable, right? Look at it. We're buying that just because we put the tickets in. So just put the tickets in and let the market come to you. Forget the moving average bullshit. It's just not worth it, man. Well, I'm waiting for a setup. I'm waiting for the market to fucking rip into my tickets, and I'll see if I shit my pants. I got buy limits down here. I got sell limits up here. Now I got buy limits down here. Now I got sell limits up here. Now I got buy. And just let them come to me. Okay, want to buy? I'm a buyer down here. Call me if they take out the low of the day. I ain't got time for this. Okay, they're taking out the low of the day. Great. Call Hale. Look at call Alan. Look at they're filling me. See? Look at buy limits down here. Got it? Sell limits above there. Got it? It's not that hard. Well, wait a minute. Is that a Fibonacci? No, it doesn't have to be. Dude, just buy down here. Okay. Now, the one thing I would say is the expiration. If you have 30-minute tickets, right? You're in your car, you look down, 30-minute buy limits here. You want to sell? 30-minute sell limits up here. Okay, they just filled you, boom. Look at that. It's 5 o'clock. It's Asia. You buy. Oof, buy down here. All right, cash out. Boom, you're out. All right, you just traded the wick. Now you got the sells above here. You're still holding long because you bought this thing. You bought this. Right? You could see the low. You're like, let's buy the low of the previous day. Yes, let's buy on here. It's cheap as fuck. Besides, he stopped out to this is like some. Oh, this is where the fucking matter, dude. Play the market back on the half-hour chart and see where your trade's supposed to be tomorrow. Okay, you went short above here. Great, you're up. Look, you made money. Oh, if you would have held down, look at how much money you would have made. Look, it came and retested this. No way. They came back to this price? Wait a minute. That's not in my fucking algorithm. Just buy below here. Buy below here. You're underwater. Well, ready to buy more, though. Just got filled. Let's buy. And let's buy next day. When it opens up down here, let's buy. All right, let's go. Boom. Boom. Still got limits here waiting to get filled. How low can you go? All right. Holding on to it. Still got buy limits getting filled now. There she goes. One final dippity do. Nice scalp there. So I would have scalped out of that. All right, look at that. Beautiful. Just keeps plugging lower. How about to take down there or trace? This is the moment of truth, end of the day. Looks like it could go lower. That's all right. Let's build into a really psycho long. Start putting in the 100 pip stops, please. I don't want to lose any line on this one. Get out the big fishing line. Get out the chains. All right. Look at just a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Okay, let's buy more down here. Come on. You can do it. Let's see it go lower. Oh, yeah. Fry everybody's brain out down there. Oh, just a little bit lower. Kaplunk. Oh, yeah, this is what I love. Come on. Deep dive. Put the 200 pip stops in. Start loading the wagon here. Yeah, every hour it's down. I'm buying. Okay, we're pretty long, but I can buy more. I got those wide stops in. Now I'm going to trail some tight 1 hour tickets for a buy down here. Let's buy this and put the longer term tickets in there. The 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours down here. Okay, we're just going to have to let it go. Still looking to buy below here now. Next day, looks like we're going to come down here again. Big consolidation, sideways action for 2 days. That's pretty astounding. All right, we just bought some more. Right in that little tippy do. Oh, it's getting frantic. Looks like we're going to plunge possibly. Yes. Big buyer now. Now we're martingale into it. Oh, we are seriously long now. 100 pip stops. Come on, let's see this thing tank. Now that looks like it. Okay, went a little bit lower the next day. See how they took out the low of the day just by a little bit. Okay, there's a scalp. We made 50 pips here. Waiting for it to go down more. We're going to build a giant long position over the next few days here if it happens. Right now we're seeing it looks like a 3-day rally off the bottom. I'm going to wait for this to come to fruition. All right, so we've been buying this 100 pip plunge window. This is the first day we got a higher low. And we're going to take out the high of the day here, come back, cash out above this to make 100 pips. So we martingaled in, we bought heavier down here. Every time it made a new low, we bought more. We would have taken our 50 pips here and then re-rack. Still holding. Big seller above this. Now the buy limit's coming in here. And sell limit's up here. It's like that. Get ready to cash out on those longs. Always willing to buy some more here. We could have gone flat right there in this shelf. If we did, we'd put the buy limits all over again. Start that thing. I don't know if I'd have too many sell limits up here. Looks like a pretty vicious rip north coming. It's got a look to it. Alright, still buying some more here. Maybe heavy seller up here. Okay, out of everything that I bought on that plunge, so that took us, it was 5 days of buying and 5-day retrace. 4 days. Alright, that's not a bad sell above this. You're making money. I said that a little bit higher the next day, and then, oh geez. But looks like baby is gonna punch up. Big seller up here now, big buyer down there. Okay, we just went short. Short again. Or you're cashing out those longs you bought on the plunge. Either way, okay, a little bit higher into the next day here. Let's sell the very top tick Tommies. Take it up one more tick. Okay, we're selling up there everything we got. Boom, boom, boom. Big sells getting triggered. More sells to the 100, or we're cashing out on the longs from this giant swing trade. Okay, cash out into the breakout point. 25 pips, sell more. Looking to make 25, 30 pips now. Cashing out. Cashing out everything right there as we start to buy, and then we've taken out that low previous day. So back and forth, up and down. I'm not going to worry about the bulls and I'm not going to worry about the trend, even though we see it starting to go back up, and you could say, well, let's buy here on this pullback. I don't think so. I'll just buy the whole fucking thing, you know. I'd take all tickets, right? Buy below here and sell above here. I wouldn't take anything. All prices matter. That's just how it is.